Almost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to all you Akim Monahaz and Biwas who teaching sincerely through the scriptures. This video is gonna be about mass. I'm gonna say mass destruction instead of mass death is coming, because I don't know if Esau's gonna clip my video. So mass destruction is coming. A lot of plagues are coming. You know, the famine's coming. You know, pestilence, right? You know, measles and HIV. Now you got children developing measles, and now there's something called monkeypox and all this, which is nothing more than chickenpox, just rebranded, right? But first, let's get on with the what happened in Texas, right?
Tonight, Texas police facing reporters from around the world trying to clarify the timeline of Tuesday's massacre, but their answers raising even more questions.
We're still grabbing a lot of information.
Authorities say the gunman crashed his grandmother's truck at 11:28 a.m. Witnesses report seeing him carrying a long gun in a bag. He fired at two people outside of a funeral home across the street before heading to the elementary school. At 11:30, the first 911 call came in. This video shows the gunman dressed in black, long gun in hand, entering the school 10 minutes later at 11:40. Police say the doors appeared to be unlocked. As for whether or not anyone tried to stop him from entering, yesterday, Director of the Texas Department of Public Safety said this.
There was a brave Consolidated Independent School District resource officer that approached him, engaged him, and at that time, gunfire was not exchanged.
But today, the department telling me this.
Was there a school officer on campus, and was that school officer armed? Because that's what we've been told.
So at this time, no. There was not an officer readily available armed. No.
Was there an officer?
No.
Why?
Nothing. I can't answer that yet. I'll circle back with you.
There's a 12-minute gap from when he crossed.
So like America is supposed the state of Texas is supposed to be the most gun-hold state, right? All about its machine guns, SMG, you know, all these types of guns and all of this, you know, Second Amendment, where my right to bear arms, right? And you would expect a police officer to be at the school, right? But this is supposed to be one of the most heavily armed states, and look at them. They don't have a police officer there present. We can't answer that at the moment. No, you're just full of shit, you know. I also heard that the police officers stood outside the building. They said they were too afraid to enter. Like, it's your job. What are you talking about?
He crashes his truck to when he enters the school. 12 minutes. What happened in that 12 minutes?
You gotta understand, 11:30 is the information we have at this point. We got a crash and a man with a gun. Then you have responding officers. That's the information we have right now.
4 minutes after the shooter entered, local police arrived at 11:44. The shooter fired at them, so the officers retreated and called for reinforcements.
We need specialty equipment. We need body armor. We need precision riflemen, negotiators. They're also evacuating personnel, students.
So you gotta wait this long for all these things to come. They make it seem like he was just some super soldier, you know. He need negotiating, you need riflemen, you need body, just waiting back. You're gonna wait the entire time while he's escaping for all of this.
Teachers.
A tactical team arrived at 12:47.
U.S. Border Patrol tactical teams arrive. They make entry, shoot and kill the suspect.
Police acknowledging the shooter was in the classroom for an hour before they were able to take him out. In that time, 19 children were shot and killed, along with 2 of their teachers.
Could anybody have gone there sooner? You gotta understand, small town.
Video taken after the shooting rampage shows loved ones being restrained outside the school, unable to get to the children, begging officers there to charge in.
Tom Yamas joining me now. First of all, thank you for pushing for those answers. Important questions. Also, something else has changed here. We were told that everything was confined to one classroom. That's not the case?
No, we've just gotten some new information. Texas investigators are now telling NBC News the shooter targeted children in 4 different classrooms. I just got done speaking with some residents here in Uvalde. Lester, they're very upset. They're upset about what happened here. They're upset with discrepancies with police. They're upset about this timeline. They just told me they're not sure who to believe now.
You know, so like there's a lot of lies. Esau, man, his deceptive tactics, you know, he's full of it. No, but this is judgment, you know. Judgment is being brought forth, you know, on the northern tribe, just as the southern tribe, you know, all the tribes, you know, all judgment is coming for all of us, you know. Jacob's trouble, you know, Jake's getting killed, you know, probably by police, right? Some by, you know, mass shooters. So they're lying. This is why we saw the police spokesperson babbling how brave the officers were right after the tragedy. They wanted to get a narrative out there before the public got the timeline information. So like they wanted to secure themselves before people find out the real information. What they did nothing, and they sat outside the building because they didn't want to get shot. You know. So Jake came up, you know, whoever was in charge, you know. See, look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They did nothing. They're waiting around for body armor. You know, you should have been in there. Let me just see if my video's recording. You know, wait, is it gonna scroll down? All right, yeah. But yeah, like, look at this. So while those kids were being slaughtered, the police just waited around for body armor and precision rifle. What the WTF? What the fuck? Not one cop said screw this and went in anyways. Wow, impressive bravery. They makes this seem like this is a movie. No, Esau is not one of those guys and those superheroes. He's an asshole. Esau is an asshole, man. Talking about, you know, screw this, I'm gonna go in the village. Esau not like that. Esau don't even like the northern. He don't like Israel at all. You know, what does Esau think of the damn so-called Hispanics down in Texas? Oh my God, you're stealing our jobs. You know? They're border hopping, they're illegal alien. You know, Esau says all these words. You think he cares what happens to them? Impressive bravery seem like they fall a little short of the serve and protect model in the not so great state of Texas. Look at this. See, people are gonna see this is gonna push for the defunding of the police force even further. Hey, no one's not gonna want a police force. Like, what's the point of you guys? If you guys are not gonna do your job, why you guys are even here? So what they're gonna do? I think Esau's doing with this situation is defund the police and take people guns. Furthermore, divide people up. You know. This is judgment from the Lord. You know, the scripture says, stretch out his hand, no man regarded, you know, goes for all Israel. You know, we all had a chance, you know, there's probably the parents of these children had a chance to hear these words, you know, words of the prophets on the highs and byways, but they didn't take heed. You know, let me get a scripture. Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So this truth, right? You know, Jake probably, you know, we have camps just about everywhere. You know, there's already some in Texas right now. You know, Dallas, you know, we got a main camp out there. Jim is Dallas, right? So some of those family members probably heard of the truth, right? Didn't acknowledge it. You know, probably had years and months to. You know, the Lord is patient. You know. Nothing comes expediently, you know, you know, so like the Lord's getting tired of Jake not You know, just like just the video I made about the women. The Lord ain't playing, man. Judgment's coming forth, and you know, if you're not if you're not rolling with the Lord, you're gonna get rolled over. You know, you're gonna get, you know. You know what the Debo told Craig, you're gonna get involved. I'm gonna knock your ass out too. Make a choice. You know? And our people is Craig. They didn't want to get involved, and guess what? They got knocked out. They're getting knocked out, you know? Like bowling pins, you know? Our people, you know. But this is great death is coming, you know, for children, men, right? All our people had a chance to hear this truth, you know? Men and women, you know. They shall wander from sea to sea, and you know, and people are gonna try to trust. People are gonna try to understand what's going on. Like, where are the Israelites? Where are the people who you know, from the north even to the east? They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord. They shall not find it. So people in the last time are gonna try to find out, but it's not gonna matter because it's too late. You know, you had your chance, you didn't take it. You know. But in other news, like I'm gonna try to talk about other things that happened, transpired this week. You know, not only talk about Texas. You know, there's the article on what happened in Nigeria, but this death is coming for all our people because we got some of our people in Nigeria. Not only that, there are probably heathens in there also in Nigeria. They're gonna have to a lot of judgments coming out forth to everybody, Israelite and non-Israelites, but mostly it starts at the house of Jacob. You know, because we're his children, his chosen people. You know, but let's get to this. Texas gunman had threatened school shooting on social media, reports says. So why didn't Esau see this? This is what Esau does. People don't understand that Esau is honestly he letting this happen. Esau letting this lucky. Esau letting this happen just so he can have a reason to take away people's guns. Esau is gonna try to take away his people's blessing through the government, right? Saying like, yeah, we can't trust the American people with their Second Amendment. We're gonna have to take them, you know. Warning sounds were reportedly mounted in the months before the 18-year-old gunman in Uvalde, Texas, opened fire on a classroom of young children and their teachers 4 days ago in what would become America's deadliest school shooting in a decade. The teacher had used the social media app U-Bowl to threaten school shootings, rape, and as well show off the rifle he had bought. Saturday, and Kenna Baxter, 17, told the San Antonio expert news that she learned how he could be an unpredictable from a friend who had dated him. He was overall just aggressive, like violent. Baxter told the outlet he would try and fight women. He would try and fight anyone who told him no. If he didn't get his way, he'd go crazy. So, like, this dude had mental tickets. You know, she did not give any details about physical altercations or other evidence of violence, but her friend, she said, had told her he was scary, and when he would lose his temper, she would literally be scared for her life. Basically, he would send her these really nasty messages, where he go from a super sweet screaming at her back to super. Salvador Ramos was shot dead by federal agents storming the classroom, which had barricaded himself and killed 21 people last Tuesday after he entered Robb Elementary School in a small southern Texas city, armed with an assault rifle. The victim included 19 children and 2 teachers shot and 17 others injured. So 21, actually not even 20, that's 39 people he shot at, you know, but the victims included 19 children, you know, and 2 teachers shot. He had earlier shot his grandmother and left her in critical. He shot his grandmother. So honestly, America, you know, this is what you call American Horror Story. You know, you got all these. This dude was dressed like, what's his name now? Salvador Ramos. Let's see what this dude looked like. He was wearing a skirt last time I seen him. Salvador Ramos. Right. So this is the guy who killed somebody. No, but I swear I seen this dude. They have a picture on the internet with him with a dress on. I don't know what, but anyway, where did he get these guns from? Where did he get these guns from? You know? People are saying that the mother is saying he was not a monster. Okay. See, this is what happens when people don't know how to raise, it's just a lot of corrupt this country, man. And Esau laws and decrees have destroyed people, destroyed people's minds mentally. Like, this is some heavy stuff. Like, Esau pushed out the music, Esau trying to blame rap music. Esau just blaming anybody at this point, you know. Really, look at this. Esau really blaming, I'm not going to read it all, but Texas congressman blames rap music and video games for your Wilder shooting. I want to see what he had to say. Can I just go down? So let's see what he said. He said, I grew up in a small town in West Texas, not too much smaller than Uvalde, and I could never imagine something like this happening when I grew up. But when I grew up, things were different. There was a focus on family and community in church, and I think we knew each other. And I'm not saying that the people in Uvalde don't know each other, but I think that's been robbed from us. I think that our culture has changed over the last 30 or 40 years, and there's been an attack on those things in particular. Jackson then directed his blame to various things that he feels are negative to children, including hip-hop, and I just think that kids are exposed to a lot of kinds of horrible stuff nowadays, too. I look back and I think about the horrible stuff that they hear when they listen to rap music, the video game that they watch from a really early age with all of the horrible violence and stuff, and I just think that they have this access to the internet on a regular basis, which is not good for kids, I don't think. First off, Esau pushes that drill rap, Second, Esau makes these videos. Who creates video games? Most of the video games are damn Edomites and heathens, It's like, if this is the problem, why don't you ban it, Why do you still have it? Esau always got but he needs someone to blame. So he has his stuff still up. So he'll blame Jake, blame somebody, I want to be, he's just, this is your country. You allow what everybody streams. You could ban it, and then but Esau ain't gonna do that because he's accused of thy brethren. He needs us to destroy each other. He needs someone to blame because he can't take accountability. All those Amalekites in the music industry, they control that music and they keep pushing it forth. But Esau ain't gonna say that. Damn, look at this devil. He ain't gonna say that, right? But look, there's another one. Another mass death happened May 28th today. Children among 31 killed at church fair stampede in Nigeria. Stampede Saturday. Oh, I'm gonna read this. A stampede Saturday at church charity event in southern Nigeria left 31 people dead and 7 people injured. Police told the Associated Press a shocking development at a program that aimed to offer hope to the needy. One witness said the dead include a pregnant woman and many children. The stampede at the event organized by the King Assembly Pentecostal Church. See, stop going to these churches. The Lord's getting vexed, man. Like, these churches are not where the script, Further proof these people don't read the scriptures because the Lord ain't there. You know, people keep going to these churches. They were the first that got set on fire. Someone got robbed in their church. Someone got gunned down. Like this is a lot of stop going to churches, you know. And River State involved people who came to the church annual Shop for Free charity program, according to Grace Intrigo Coco, a police spokeswoman. Such events are common in Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, where more than 80 million people live in poverty, according to government statistics. Saturday's charities program was supposed to begin at 9 a.m. but doesn't arrive as early as 5 a.m. to secure their place in line. And Ring Coco said somehow the locked gate was broken open, creating a stampede, she said. Goodwin Tupkor from Nigeria National Emergency Management Agency said first responders were able to evacuate the bodies of those trampled to death and bring them to the morgue. Security forces cordon off the area. So children, you know, so this is what people are gonna be fighting over real soon. So let me keep going on. Creating a stampede, she said. Goodwin from Nigeria National Emergency Management Agency said first responders were unable to evacuate the body of those trampled to death and bring them to the morgue. Security forces cordoned off the area. Dozens of the residents later thronged the scene, mourning the death and offering any assistance they could do to emergency workers. Doctors and emergency workers treated some of the injured as they lay in the open field. Videos from the scene showed the clothing and shoes and other items meant for the beneficiaries. One witness who only identified himself as Daniel said there were so many children among the dead. 5 of the dead children were from one mother. He told the AP that a pregnant woman was also lost her life. So some church members were attacked and injured relatives of the victims after the stampede, according to the witness. The church declined to comment on the situation. The police spokeswoman said the 7 injured were responding to the treatment. The Shop for Free event was suspended while authorities investigated how the stampede occurred. So, like, this is what happens. You got 70 million people homeless, don't know how they're gonna get clothes. You know? So clothing, shoes, and other items. You know? But if you just taught people how to make their own clothes and shoes, you wouldn't... See, this is the problem. Esau wants everybody to depend on him. Stuff like this wouldn't be happening if you just... Man... You know, but there's a judgment, and you know they said that there's a lot of children among the dead. And you know, I was just talking about the Texas shooting that happened. A lot of children are gonna be dying. You know, a lot of children are gonna be dying. You know, woe unto them who give suck in those days, have child, because a lot of them may die. A lot of them are gonna die. People. You get this word while you still can. The churches don't have this truth. You should teach. What they should do is teach people how to make clothes, right? Teach people how to make shoes and other items. How to live off the land, how to fish, how to, herd animals and goats and make, milk out of, and cheeses. But Esau, he wants to control everybody, and he wants to, he's really trying to replace the Most High, and it's causing death and destruction. It's causing death and destruction, and if people just stop clinging to Esau for like he's the savior, then you'll be in a better situation. You just get this. Let me get this. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 5. I'm talking about all this mass death is coming. Not only that, but pestilences, But behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. People are getting slain, children, women, getting beat up on, raped, and this is coming. Death and destruction. People are gonna be dying. People are gonna be getting starved to death. This is serious. A lot of serious things are coming to this country, and if you're not watchful, you're gonna be caught out there. A lot of people, they go in a Pentecostal church still, Jake. If they are Jake, they're gonna they're not that's not meant for you. You know, you're not meant to go to these churches. When we get the Iran seizes 2 Greek tankers in the Persian Gulf. So, meanwhile, in other countries, I'm going to speak briefly on this. This just happened recently. By Frentzen, Revealing corpse set on fire that the naval forces in the Persian Gulf has seized 2 oil tankers belonging to Greece, escalating tension between Iran and the West at a time when diplomatic efforts revive the deal. So, Iran seizes 2 Greek tankers in the Persian Gulf. The ships were taken in retaliation for Greece last month, impounding at the request of the United States an Iranian oil tanker, according to Iran news reports. So much, this country, America is out of order. Out of all the countries, man, there's so much mass shootings and death that come to this country. Racial tensions. So much, and no one but to blame but Esau. Esau tried to, the Lord, the Lord divided everybody up for a reason. The reason why there's different languages and different cultures. But they weren't mixed, they weren't meant to mingle. Now, look at America as a melting pot, You're gonna, they're gonna have tension, especially from a people that you enslaved 400, 1,000 years ago, still are enslaved, Jake, talking about nation Israel. Jake is vexed with Esau, You thinking Jake ain't gonna punch you in your face? Like, police report of a black man hitting a white woman. I mean, like, you expect people to just turn a blind eye the way you treat them on a daily basis? Like you expect, like, Esau's an idiot, he's not. He's just an asshole. But yeah, man, there's a lot going on. This article was made in May 27th, 2022, so it's yesterday. So a lot of stuff is taking place. Be watchful. Always be on the lookout. A lot of children, man. I didn't even know Nigeria was gonna say in an article. I was just reading it. That's the spirit, because in Texas, a lot of children did die. 19, 2 were like teachers. Then now they're saying 5 children were stampeded on in Nigeria. So like there's a lot of deaths coming to everybody, men, women, and children. The Lord ain't in a respect of person. Let me get this scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment of Yahweh for the judgment is Yahweh's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So it doesn't matter if you're small as well as the great. You can be poor or rich. The Lord will judge you. The Lord ain't, damn, man, I like this guy, he was so good at basketball. The Lord ain't gonna say that. Let's say Michael Jordan went on a mass shooting spree. Damn, man, he was a great basketball player. I don't think he deserved that. Like the Lord's gonna put him to death. Just because you're a celebrity or you're famous, like the Lord's not gonna say, damn, I really liked his music, I like how she made that food on her cooking show. Like, no, man. The Lord is not gonna sit there, and go be favorite, man. The Lord, man. I always say this, man. Yahweh Shai is a the good example. The Lord, Yahweh Shai had to go through something. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not trying to say he's anything bad. Of course not. You know, that'd be wrong. I'm just saying, like, the Lord will put anybody on a you know, test their spirit. You know, the Lord was innocent. You know, the Yahweh Shai was known for dying for our sins. You know, he went on the cross, right, and he's dead. You know he's not dead, but you know he came back to life, but he had to suffer. You know, what does that say about the people who are wicked? You know, and that's heavy because the Lord had to suffer and he wasn't wicked. So how much more the people who, you know, that's gonna 10 times, yeah, you know, what the Lord went through. You know, uh, yeah, man, like. The Lord doesn't care because you remember children are they lived another life also, you know, so we can't. You know, you may during Jacob's trouble, you may have to walk past a dead body of a child, a baby, a woman. You know, an adult. You know, people are gonna be dying on a high alert. You know, and you gotta be mentally ready for that. You know, you can't. You know, panic. You know, at the side of it, I would see like, oh shit. You know, jump a little, but you know, you gotta get over that. You know, overcome that fear. You may have to walk over dead bodies. You know, some good movies out there. The Book of Eli. You know, The Purge. Right. Cloverfield. I was watching that movie. But yeah, man, like this is very serious what's about to take place soon. A lot of mass death for all people. Lord not a respecter of persons. You know? He's gonna use it through his hand, he's gonna use it through his sword, which is Esau. Esau is the Lord's sword. You know, when the Lord wants somebody to be destroyed, he uses Esau. And our people has been stiff necked for so long, right? Now they're gonna have to pay for it. You know? You know, if that goes for anybody, you know, the Nigerians probably heard the truth too. I bet there's camps out there, you know, Nigeria, GMS, Nigeria or something, right? You still run into these churches, you run into Esau for help, all right? The Lord's gonna lay the hand, you're gonna bam, right on your head, you know? Well, with that, I don't give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honor to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all your Akim on the highways and byways. Till next time, I say shalom.